We're about to bring our special guest on right now. This man needs no introduction. He's traveled all over the place. He is a professional in everything that he does. You talking about a Renaissance man. You talk about, hey, I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. I sit back and I look at Dennis, man. Y'all be looking at Unc Dennis. I look at the Renaissance man. Man, this dude does it all from lowrider cars to hip hop music to having his own businesses across the world to being an attorney and then helping us brothers out when it comes to passports and the reality of this dating arena. Man, I'm talking about, you talking about this is the brother that should have put on the damn commercials for the most interesting man in the world. That's who should have been on there. I kid you not. God dang. Let's bring this man up here. Dennis, the most interesting man in the world. Spurling in the building.
All right, man. Thank you so much, man. I'm humbled to be here, brother. Thank you for having me.
Oh, man. Thank you for being here. Oh, yeah, man. It wasn't like I was lying. It wasn't like I was lying. And now you got the new title, oh man, the Blizzard King. Oh,
yeah,
I'm loving it. I'm loving it because winter is not coming. It's here. It is here with these ladies.
Yes, it is, man. It's an interesting time to be alive. You know, a lot of social change, a lot of upheaval. We initially looked at feminism as though it was a bad thing, and when in reality it freed men from the shackles of the social contract that bound you to get married and be a utility for women and for the rest of your life, even if you didn't want that. Now, some men opt for it. They want to be married. They want the family life. Some men don't. But feminism required that men who didn't even want to get married, you had to have that cover of having a wife and children, even if you were miserable. Some men wanted their freedom, you know. And then, of course, there was a timeline, you know. So and you got to spend your life doing a job you may not like just to support a wife and some children that you may not have wanted. So, you know, kudos to feminism. Thank you so much, ladies, for telling us, for pushing the issue and saying
appreciate you, ladies.
Thank you so much. We are liberated.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Let me ask you this in all sincerity, because nobody's asked you this question since I've been following you on your channel and other platforms. Mm-hmm. Have you always been a brother that realized that you would take that shift from, okay, I'm the single man, I'm the dad, I'm so forth and so forth. Now it's ready. It's a time for me where I'm ready to settle down. Had you always known that about yourself? Because some dudes just celebrate the single man, Brother Spurling, but they don't realize that there is a man within you that's also saying, you know, I'm ready to settle down. You talk about your fiance and your lifestyle in regards to your children, the young boys, and them traveling to DR. That's one of my favorite time periods when you talk. I want to talk about parenting and passports, and you kind of motivated me and my wife in regards to that with watching you and your boys. Had you always known that about yourself, that transition of life from being a single Dennis to the married man was eventually going to take place?
Well, I've always wanted to be a father. You know, I've always wanted to have my own family because I grew up in a disjuncted family. I didn't have that traditional nuclear family with a mother and a father and children. And so I've always wanted that. Unfortunately, early on in my life, I made decisions. I got married to a woman. I'm not knocking her, but I will say this, I definitely wasn't ready to be a husband, and she definitely wasn't prepared to be a wife, because that's something that you have to have a better understanding of how that is supposed to happen in order for it to work. And the first thing you need to understand is how to recognize a wife and to determine whether or not you're a husband. And so just like wives are raised from birth to be wives, husbands have to grow up seeing men who are husbands be husbands and the sacrifice that they make. Otherwise, it's going to be a steep learning curve. And then oftentimes we're not prepared emotionally or financially for that. You know, what could I teach my son at 20 something years old? And I just got here, you know, but at this age it's different now. Thank God I have wonderful children, and you know, I've done a good job raising them as a single father after my divorce. I did think that, hey, you know what, I got this thing figured out and I messed around and got a woman that I want. Look, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. I don't want anybody to feel sorry about all that baby mama drama that I complain about because I wanted it and I got it. You
There
understand
you
what
go.
I'm saying? And I'm paying for it each and every day. So I do. I have a third son, but it's nothing to feel sorry about. These are the lessons that I've learned, and I've learned them the hard way, the difficult way, which is why I'm telling you, brothers, please don't follow in my footsteps. Please wait till you're in your late 30s or early 40s after you've lived life and you understand what to look for in a wife when you're ready to settle in. I don't say settle down, but settle in and begin to create a stable life to raise children. It's not something you need to rush into doing. Unlike a lot of people in what we call the red pill community, I am pro family. I am pro traditional family. I want to see men get married. The thing is,
Hmm.
and in fact, as far as black men, I want to see them marry women of African descent. I want white men to marry women of European or Caucasian descent. I
Hmm.
want Hispanic men to marry women of Hispanic descent. I want Asian men to marry women of Asian descent. Hell, I want Africans to marry Africans from their own side. And the reason I say that is because I know how difficult relationships are, and I know what it's like to bring a child up when he has two cultures, which means he may have no culture, or he or she. But nevertheless, if you find love, if you got a beautiful woman from Thailand that treats you with respect and is loving you and fit, you'd be an idiot to leave that woman just for the purposes of saying, well, she ain't black enough for me, or she's not a white woman and I'm a white man.
Right.
You just stupid, because you're probably not going to get that chance again. Love and real love and compatibility like that, people change. So if you find somebody who's compatible with you as you are right now and y'all can come together and become one and grow together, cool. So, that's my philosophy on that. I believe in marriage, and I'm hopeful that black men will begin to travel and see the world and see what their options are. I don't want them to die without having children, without having the pleasure of being a dad. And that's kind of what my page is about, man. Brothers seeking happiness and finding happiness. And some people don't like
Absolutely.
that. They don't like that love crossing. They take offense to that. How dare he? How dare he try to tell these men to be happy? Who do you think?
Welcome, Dennis. Welcome.
Yeah,
Welcome to the party, brother. They've
yeah.
been putting me through it for 5 years.
Oh man. Yeah.
5 years. So, and I know your time is limited. Once again, I want to say thank you. Let me give real quick this super chat. We already hit the other ones. Black by Design, my favorite truck driver's in the building. He says, Coach and the Blizzard King on one show. Pray tell. This is going to be good. The word good in its original translation means to be beneficial. And on the road tonight, as my favorite truck driver usually is, so I'll be in listening mode. Salute to the chat. All right, Black by Design. Thank you very much,
All
Mr.
right.
Kansas City himself. All right. Now, before you came on, I hope you may have not heard me. One of the mistakes that I see that many men are making, they hear you, they see my testimony, my story, they see Taylor Made Dream, they see a Richie Magzoom in Thailand. But here's the problem. These guys are like Sleeping Beauty. They're living a male fairy tale. And what I mean by that, there are 3 eras in which I talked about
Yeah.
is that these guys are still believing that these eras are going to change. We're going to wait for the ladies. We're going to, and so the problem is, go ahead, Dennis.
Well, see, it took a long time to get like this. A couple
True.
of different generations, a couple of generations to get to where we are. It may change, but it's going to change because the environment is different and things are different, but it may not change for the better. It may change for the worse. So you can wait around here in the United States anticipating you can force these women back into traditionalism and force them to be feminine and sweet. Or you could just go somewhere else where the women are already like that and not wait around and waste your time. Uh, I have a lot of friends who are waiting for that one woman, and some of them are 45, 50 years old, and they've been waiting for 20 years, and she never comes. And unfortunately, fellas, you can wait your whole life, and life is short. I think the average black man lives to be around 60ish, late
Yep.
60s. So what do you
Yep.
want to do? You want to wait around for women to come around? Are you going to be a therapist? Or and if you got somebody who has that attitude, how do you change someone? How do you? We've always been told you can't change people. So how do you find someone who has almost everything you want, but that one thing that's missing, feminism, the willingness to be a social partner, a comrade, it's not there. You can't make them. And so my suggestion is go places like Colombia, Dominican
Mhm.
Republic, Thailand, East Africa, Eritrea, Ethiopia, Kenya, where they already are trained to be wives, and then get that raw material and work with and build your family. Because man, you don't want to finally find your woman at 60 years old, and then you only got 8 or 9 years to live and enjoy life. That's not fair to her. That's not fair to your children. Um, so yeah, you guys think it's gonna change? Well, you welcome, and I'm gonna tell you. See, I'm not anybody's leader. I just say, here's an option that worked for me. If you want to choose that option, fine. I'm not telling you what to do. I just want you to be happy. If you want to stay here in the United States and try it out, that's perfectly. You should. You're men. You're free men. You do what you choose. But there are other options. You're not locked in the cage. The door's open. That's all I tell
Absolutely.
guys. Yeah.
Absolutely. The funny part is I try to tell guys that from a statistical point of view,
Mhm.
statistically this, statistically that, and guys still live in the male fairy tale. And so we're going to talk about the three areas of the male fairy tale. We got 91 people up in the building. Remember, guys, I like you. Make sure you like me too. Click that like button, and we're going to continue on with this because we only got 30 minutes with the Renaissance man himself. And once he cut the camera off, we don't know what he about to do. We don't know if he about to go into the studios. Hey,
Oh man.
listen, I saw the pilot that
Mhm.
they did for the reality show
Mhm.
from way
Yeah.
back when.
Right. Right.
See,
Yeah.
that's when I sit back and I say this is a renaissance man. Dudes
Yeah.
just be thinking I be or the most interesting man in the world.
Mhm.
They just think I just said to say it. I'm talking
Right.
about they put the Italian dude on that commercial. I said, boy, they picked the wrong man. If they'd have went on ahead and just put Dennis on there, stop playing around, they
Yeah.
would have
Yeah.
definitely had the most interesting. I don't know if Dennis is a sword fighter, man. He got so much thing up on his belt, man. Got so many feathers
I
coming up that cap.
actually, I taught my sons how to throw knives and hatchets and bow and arrows
Mhm.
and spears. So
See, see,
I've picked up some things along the way in life, and a lot of people try to put me in the category. Oh, he's a lawyer, but it's like,
no,
but
no.
he's got 6 rap albums by two of the hottest producers in Texas, and he got
Mhm.
2 seasons of a reality show. So
Yeah.
you saw the pilot, but it's actually it went. The show was in 2016 and 2017, and it's
Mhm.
about called co-parenting with the Spurlings,
Yep.
and it's designed around my relationship with my ex-wife. Shout out to my ex-wife. God bless her. We don't have nothing bad to say about her or her family law attorney or the judge. We appreciate them all. We wish them well. God bless them. Okay, we have nothing but positive, energetic, warm things to say
This
about
is true.
that lovely lady of mine, who was the first person I ever referred to as a lovely lady, my
There
ex-wife.
we go. There we
But
go.
and that's actually where that came from. Lovely lady, this lovely lady, and it was
So
during the
now
heat.
guys are going to be googling. Oh, Dennis had a reality show. Let me Google this
Yeah,
real quick.
yeah, man, yeah. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, it was about us and how we co-parented together, and
Yep.
she's Black American, and of course, I'm raised Black American. Like I didn't even know that I had anything other than regular old Negro blood. You understand what
Uh-huh.
I'm saying?
So
And
so
then
you think
I
all
think
red bones just got off the boat,
I'm just
huh?
red
You
bone. I'm just a
you
red ninja. You know what I mean? My mama from Mississippi, my daddy and them from North Carolina. This is what I thought. Then all of a sudden, oh, mom, you didn't tell me that. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute, because I took this DNA test, and this say I'm one of them. Hold on a minute. Oh yeah, it was very interesting, man. These lovely ladies, they have secrets, man, and they try to take them to their grave, but that damn DNA test that did
Gonna
mess
tell
up
the
my
truth every
whole life.
time.
The DNA just the next thing you know, I'm like, wow, I got to go figure this whole Caribbean thing out. So that was a trip.
Wow.
Yeah, man, that was a trip.
Wow.
But
That's
man,
amazing.
yeah, but I'm telling you, it was that was an interesting time. And that's where a lot of the music comes from, because
Mm-hmm.
having to just you go from being this is who I am my whole life to okay, I know who I am, but I had a
However,
however, I had a misunderstanding about the circumstances surrounding my conception and who was there and who was not there, and
mm,
therefore I have to readjust. And so what it caused for me to do was start traveling, specifically to the Caribbean, because I wanted to say, well, this is where my people from. Okay, these people don't look that different from me. I can see, but I'm still an American. Shit, I grew up on greens and cornbread. My
come
grandma
on
from
now.
Mississippi, yeah,
Come on now.
and so it's like I try, I learned to speak Spanish, and but my father's a black man from the Caribbean. He's from Trinidad, and my biological father, my adopted father, who I didn't know was my adopted father, is from North Carolina, and that's why I'm thinking, yeah, it's either you're gonna get some fat back or you get one of them pulled pork sandwiches. But these are your
Right.
people right here,
Right.
man. This is what you got.
Right. I'm Alabama, Tennessee, so
Yeah, it is.
I
Yeah,
understand.
it's like okay. So hell, I went to HBCUs and stuff. So I mean, I'm black, and so crazy thing is, man, and you kind of, I think the underlying point is, what in the hell? How did Dennis end up doing this? Because if you talk to people who knew me in high school, they was like, oh, he hangs out with thugs,
Right.
he hangs out with gangbangers, with Jerry curls. My best friend's name was Maniac and Murder Burger. That was my that
Mm.
was my Maniac and Murder Burger. That was their names.
Okay, I got one for you. What was yours? I got one. I got mine.
I was Babyface. I was Babyface,
I
and
was thrilled.
yeah,
I
and
was
look,
thrilled.
you was there, but see, here you gotta understand. I'm the only light skinned dude hanging around with a bunch of black with Jerry curls. So like, it's something with him. If they cool with him, like yeah, I came and it was just I always was cool with the gangsters and the thugs, because
Oh
they was
yeah.
rough. I was rough, and it's like they had a code. I respect the code, even though I didn't gang bang,
Hmm.
never did. I was still the homie. You see what I mean? Like I didn't have to, because they were like, he tough. He don't. We know we know him. You see what I'm saying? And so and that was my guys. And that's why I always have had a soft spot for the hard luck cases.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? And that's kind of what makes
Hmm.
me passionate. Had I known that in all reality, if I followed my biological father side of the family, I'm growing up in the hood trying not to get shot by the police and jagged
Wow.
gangsters. And just across town, uh, my uncle, biological family, these
Hmm.
people, they own all this property. Hell, my uncle was a lieutenant governor in California while I was living on the east side of LA and didn't know it.
Wow.
So I literally come from political royalty. Literally. I'm literally like, a black Caribbean Kennedy type person.
Right. Right. Right.
And that's why in my songs I refer to myself as the lost son. You understand what I'm saying? If you really listen to the music, it's like so it's like, damn, what would my life have been like had I been given to my real father and I've been raised around these well-to-do Caribbean people who lived up in the hills of Los Angeles. What is it called? Windsor Hills and Baldwin
Hmm.
Hills. I'm over here in the ghetto in South Central and Compton and Watts, and not 10 miles away, 5 miles away, is this elite black family that I'm supposed to be part of. You see what I'm saying? But here's what I had to do. I had to just really look and analyze. If I was raised up there with them folks, I wouldn't be who I was. I wouldn't be relatable. I might still be a lawyer. Hell, I might be a big shot, in the government, but I wouldn't be able to be Uncle D. Because see, I understand your stories. You see what I mean? I got that Mississippi grandma and that Mississippi family, and the Sunday mornings with the gospel music playing and the
Oh
plastic
yeah.
on the sofa.
Oh yeah.
You see what I mean? And the sweet potato pies you can't touch.
Come on
you
now.
know.
Come on
So
now.
it makes me more relatable to Black American people in general, Black American men, and that's why I go so hard on the sisters, because I know you can do better. because I was raised by women who did better, and so
Mm,
you falling short, and you know you are, and I know them intimately. Like I know what you do. I've been knowing what you do. I'm not gonna play a game with you. I'm not some suburban dude. I'm probably more ghetto and hood than most people just by experience. And if you read my books, you'll see like, damn, the people. There's one dude from Detroit. He had a hard life. He read my books. He's like, damn, you had a hard life. It's like, yeah, yeah, but it makes me more relatable, man. And I just do this. I do this because I feel like somebody needs to speak honestly to black men. Like I'm not a religious figure. We've had the Martin Luther Kings, the Farrakhan's, the Malcolm X. I'm not here trying to hit you in the head with a Quran or a Bible. I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna speak to you from the experiences that I've had over the past 30, 40 years. And hopefully, what that'll do is it'll give you a bearing as to what direction you should head in, fellas. Because I don't want to see any more black men get taken out for stupid stuff. You
yeah,
know, you get caught with weed and now you're doing 2 years in jail, 2 years on probation. You violate that probation. Now you got a year in jail. You lose your job. You lose your driver's license. You got a criminal record. And then it's just all downhill from there. So and I've lost so many good friends that were better than me in so many different things, better than me in math, athletics, history, leadership. And they should be here because by all
hmm
rights, they would have been great assets to society, but they're not. And so that's where my passion for helping brothers come in because we don't really have advocates. We don't really have people to stand in the cut and speak up on behalf of black men. And so that's why I do what I do, man. That's my
it's,
motivation for the
it's
most.
funny that you would say that. That's one of the reasons I do what I do, and I give my testimony to let guys know there's life after life.
Mm,
There's a life after life.
yeah,
You can have the life that you started off with, but you can rewrite the script and allow a whole new life to be presented. I remember when I
yeah.
first started getting on YouTube, I was wondering, should I tell my story? Should I tell my testimony?
Mm,
And when I start telling guys, like, listen, I did 10 piece in the feds. I know what
mm,
it's like to come out with your degrees and have no money, but you got the education because you're redefining your life. I know what
right.
it's like to sit back and fill out that passport form. I've had so many guys reach out to me, Dennis,
Mm,
due to the fact that I got my passport. They were like, I didn't know that you can have a criminal record and get your pass. I said, man, they take your voting right. I said, but they don't take your passport. I didn't know. I said, I thought they was gonna reject mine. I said, I was
ain't
just
that
waiting for
some-
the rejection.
ain't that
It's I've
something?
had men and women reach out to me in regards to thank you for sharing that. Now I have my passport.
I mean, think about that. You can leave, go to another country, marry a woman there, and get all your rights restored in that country. Right to vote, right to own land. You're not a second class citizen. The right to earn money. And so it's just other opportunities out there, brothers. And I just want y'all to know that. Like, it was hard to go from where I was to where I am now. And what I realized is it's not that hard everywhere. Because at the end of the day, you really just want a good, solid family, a good, nice place to live, good food, good people around you. And you shouldn't have to make six figures, eight figures, whatever, just to do that. It's simple. It's the simple things in life when you get older. When you're young, some of us we want to have flashy cars and big money because we trying to impress women that we really don't need in the first place because they're not gonna do anything but hold you back and bring you down. And but when you get older, man, things settle down. You see what's important. And to me,
You
what's
really do.
important, yeah, what's important is family. That's the most important thing to me. Family, being the best father I can be, God willing, being an excellent husband. And I dedicate myself to my woman all the time. I say, baby, I'll never cheat on you. I say I would never do that because I don't ever want to lose. I don't ever want you to not trust me. I don't ever want you to not see me as the moral authority. And I always want you to understand that I have your best interest at heart. And when you have a woman like that, man, it's real. Unless she's just totally toxic, it's really hard for a woman not to just fall deeply and madly in love with you to the point that she ready to stab abroad. But
Yeah,
sometimes, yeah, you know what I'm saying. And that's how you dedicate. That's the type of dedication you want to have because it's beyond love. You need more than just love to hold a family together. You need dedication and responsibility. Even when I don't feel like getting up, I love my kids. But that dedication I have to that responsibility that I owe to them, that duty that a man owes to his family and his children, that's what gets me up and keeps me going. Because look, they damn near grown now. I mean, one of them about to be 16,
Hey, they
14.
sprouting.
Yeah,
I was on your
yeah,
Instagram
yeah,
and I saw your oldest. I
yeah,
say, boy, if that boy ain't got his daddy hype going up,
yeah,
I say, goodness gracious,
yeah,
the boys sprouting up,
yeah.
especially after looking at the pilot of the show and see how young they
Uh-huh.
were, or seeing your
Mhm.
commercials, how young they
Yeah,
were. And now to see
yeah,
these young gentlemen right now, oh my
yeah,
goodness, man.
yeah, man. And the thing is, like I said, it was hard when they was 8 because I got my kids at 8 months and 2.5 years old. So I'm still
Mhm.
changing diapers. My big old self is down there kneel over the tub scrubbing kids. Can you imagine? I'm 6'5", damn near 300 pounds. I got the soap and I'm changing diapers and I got pot on my face and they don't want to go to sleep. And I got to read this one, the bedtime story. I got to tuck this one in the bed. This one's scared of the dark. You see what I mean? I got to get up in the morning early to get them ready to go to school. All these things. And I still got to run a law practice. You see what I mean? So what I basically did, man, I just put my social life on hold for about 10 years. And I just dedicated myself all in to just raising my children. What you see on
Monk mode.
Instagram, yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, yeah. What you see on IG and like the pictures and that's me getting away from a weekend, turning up all I can because I got to be back. I got to be back at on Thursday or Friday at 6 p.m. I got to be over there to pick them kids up because they don't understand that daddy can't come because he missed his flight.
That's
So
right.
so that's my thing, man. Family is the most important thing, and I wish every black man that beautiful. I know you got a beautiful wife down there in Colombia, man, and it's a blessing. You see what I mean?
Hmm.
And so, I wish that for all these black men, especially knowing how many of them don't have children and are married. That's a shame.
That's so true. That's so true. We don't have any kids. We're actually working on having children next year.
There
We
you
want
go.
our kids. We're moving to Portugal in 2025. We want the kids to have
Woo!
uh, uh, we want the kids to be born with three passports. We want them to be
Outstanding.
born with the Colombian passport, the American passport, and the Portuguese passport. Yeah, Portuguese passport. So not Portuguese, but the
Spain, Spain.
Portugal passport. And
Okay.
so we talked to an attorney about what steps
Hmm.
do we have to take, and we even did an episode on 10 reasons why you should have a blood test, and one of them is just to prove if you the baby daddy. But
Yeah.
there are other reasons, and the passport regarding to verify that these children are American
Hmm.
blood children is
Right.
one of the reasons why you want to do the blood test. And so we did an episode in regards to that. So we're excited about that. This year,
Okay.
I'm eligible to apply for my Colombian citizenship.
Hey,
So
look
work.
at you,
I know,
man.
right? I got
Yeah.
my driver's license, I got my IDs, I got my
Ah,
visas.
okay.
Now get my citizenship, and by this time next year, I have both passports. And the passports for me really is a testimony to, once again, just like your life is to
Mhm.
showcase to men that this can happen. We just everyday brothers from around the
Yeah.
way, from with Southern families that
Yeah.
that's actually doing what any man can actually do once he puts his mind to it.
Yeah. That's it, man. That's it, man. I gotta. I wish I could be here a little longer to chop it up with you, man. But I got a house full of kids, and I gotta
Oh,
go get I gotta go get my son's dog. They left the dog out, and I gotta go over there and get the
see,
dog. And
thank you, Dennis.
yeah,
Thank you.
man.
Just
So
this
look,
last part,
yeah, go ahead.
because my wife been bugging me about getting a dog for the longest, and the fact
No,
that you said that, I'm gonna play that clip for her right
yeah,
there,
we
because we
look, man.
travel so. Man, listen.
I got a cat. I don't know how this happened. I got a fiance, a cat, two kids, one coming, and a dog. You know what I'm saying? My
Mm,
other son is probably coming up here too soon. So I got a house full, man. I
congratulations.
went from passport bro extraordinaire to straight up daddy. You understand that? Daddy, 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 daddy. I'm waking kids up, in the morning. Like, I got more custody, so I get them during the weekdays. But now I got to wake up at about 5:30 in the morning, wake them up.
Come on now.
I don't understand what's wrong with these high schools. I got my son had to be at high school at 7:30 in the morning. Are you kidding me? 7:30 in
That's
the
early.
morning. I
The
mean, we got
sun
to
ain't
get.
even up yet.
I got to get up at 5:50. Got to get him up by 6 because he's a teenager, so he's groggy.
Of course.
Then I
OVO.
you gotta be out the house by 7. If you are out the house by 7:01, you're gonna be 10 minutes late because you gotta miss that you're gonna miss that line is gonna fill up. You see what I mean? And then if you got a kid in middle school, have you ever waited in one of these middle school carpool lines?
Yes, I
Oh,
have.
it's up the block.
Yes, I have.
You know what
Listen,
I'm saying?
listen. I'm talking about before school and after
Yeah.
school. See, I was a
Oh,
stepdad
yeah.
for 14 years, and I was
Oh,
an active stepdad, so I know exactly what you're talking about.
yeah, man.
You hoping you can get a parking space close to the school.
Sometimes I'll be like, look, just walk up the block. You'll see us. Just walk up the block. Okay, it's about a half a mile up, and we'll go. Some, come on, man. But it's like, no, you
Yep,
gotta wait in that line. Then they directing traffic. Come on, come on, come on. And yeah, man. So yeah, man. That's how I do, man. If I'm not talking to you guys on the internet, trying to do my part
hmm
to try to help motivate brothers and give them hope. I'm with my kids, man. I don't party like I used to. I don't drink. I think I might have had one glass of wine in the past year. Um, but it's just because I want to focus 100% on my children
that's
and
right,
my
brother.
family and grow that because that's what's important at the end of the day.
True,
So
so true. I don't want to hold you up, man. I just want to let you know, Dennis, man. I mean this from the bottom of my heart. I'm so proud of you, man. As
thank
a
you, brother.
brother to brother,
Yeah.
just one step at a time, man. You when I first heard you, I was like, that brother remind me of me
Yeah.
with the straightforwardness, no cut, and letting men know there's opportunities out here for us, man. And I want to say I'm proud of you, and I thank you, and I support everything that you're doing. You showcase not only the travel part of a passport, you also showcase the beauty of fatherhood and relationships, man. And that's
Amen.
what I try to do on our end, man. So continue to do what you do, man. We love to have you back on the show
Yeah.
anytime. I'm always
Anytime.
be popping in on yours.
Yeah. Yeah. Praise
And
Moses.
yeah,
Praise
I'm
Moses.
I'm I'm going to and hey Dennis,
Yeah.
before you leave,
Hmm.
you got to let brothers know where they can get the t-shirts, the books, and the CDs. Where they get the music.
Oh,
I said CDs, but the music.
yeah. Man, the music is free on the internet, man. It's all on the internet. Just type in D period DAMONN, uh, either with the either D period with no space and then D period DAMONN. But it's my first name is Dennis, my middle name is Damon. It's basically just my first initial, Damon with two N's, DAMONN. And I got 6 albums. I got like an 80 song catalog, man. And it's you guys will be shocked. Like this, what this dude was doing. Like wow, it's a life story. It's a lot of lessons in it. You go through different emergences in life. You merge into this person, into that person, and the
True.
outer exterior has one thing going on. You look the same, but you're changing, forever changing, and the music represents my evolution from blue pill, as some people call blue pill simp, to Don Juan Carlos El Patron. You
All
know,
right.
you know what I'm saying? It went from accepting other people's stereotypes of who I am and what I'm supposed to be to me saying, man, I'm free. This world is mine. And that's what Don Juan Carlos El Patron represents, is me immersing myself into a whole different world, and me being who it is that I'm supposed to be, not what people tell me I'm supposed to be. Me taking the
Correct.
reins of my own life.
Hey Dennis, do me a favor. Don't let that slide by. Say that again.
me me taking the reins of my life and leading it in the direction that I want, what's best for me, my purpose, if you will. So the music is free. It's on the internet. If you want to buy my books, um, you can go to Amazon. You just type in Dennis Spurling. That's the story of my life. It's a path, that I took, and it's educational because I quote a lot of biblical verses to show you that this is part of the human condition.
Oh yeah.
So you're not alone. Like what you had to do, that 10 years being away that you had to deal with. That was a what's the word I'm looking for? That was a mountain. That was a
Yeah.
desert that you had to cross, and you made it, and you came out of it, and look at you shining. You know, I
Oh
tell
yeah.
people all the time that you don't know what kind of star you are until you begin to rise and people see your shine.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, yeah, it's in the books too, man. So it's a lot of wisdom in there. Like I said, I refer to the Bible a lot because that's where, you know, for me, that's where I can. That's my that's my law book. That's my
Oh, come on
citation.
now.
You
Come on
understand what
now.
I'm saying? Like, and
I
if I can see
understand.
this is happening to him and it's happening to me, okay, I'm not alone. It's happened to a whole lot of other people. That's why when I get on these YouTube streets, I can tap in because I understand myself. And because I understand myself, I understand the human condition. And if I understand the human condition, I can speak to people and give them hope about their condition, their condition. We are special on this planet. We are a group of men without homes because we were taken away from our homes and we've been kept away so long. The people at home don't even know us. So guess what? You can look at that as a bad thing and you can go longing to go back to the home that you once had, or you can find new homes because you're free. You're free men and you've paid your debt. The men that came before you here in the United States, they paid the debt for you. And so now you're free, black man. You're free. So, you know, enjoy.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Man.
Absolutely. Well,
But
let me let you enjoy the rest of your evening
yeah,
with
and the
with the young
t-shirt,
people.
yeah, and the t-shirts, man, just type in Dennis Spurling merch. Dennis
Cool.
Spurling MERCH merch. I got a whole
I'm writing
bunch of
this
funny
down now.
stuff in there, man. Protect those big black nuts. That's my mantra.
I caught that one. I caught that one.
Oh
You're
man,
gonna be
yeah.
seeing me wearing some of your shirts on the show, man.
That's what's up, man. Thank you so much for having me, brother. Appreciate it.
Oh yeah, brother. Anytime, anytime. You have a great evening, brother.
Okay. All right.
All
I'm
right,
out.
man.